Gotcha.
You ready?
Pretty good.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody to this afternoon session for Nash County Board of Education. Madam Board Clerk, can I get a roll call, please?
Frank Lane. Mike Dutton. Timon Bull here. Dr. Rashonda Washington. Here. Bill Shaw.
Here.
Devin Bullock. Here. Richard Jenkins.
Here.
Donna Taylor.
Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, we'll have pledge of allegiance to the flag. Mr. Maine, you want to come and lead us, please? Wow. I like it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You gotta walk around.
What did you get picked on that?
Oh, copy that going post.
What is that, a book of saints? I don't know.
Thank you. At this time, I need a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Any questions or discussions? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
So, this is not a virtual meeting, so you don't have to do it. I mean, everybody's here,
Okay,
so you don't. Yay.
thank you.
All in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, I think we have a recognition.
So our NCPS hero recognition. I think I see her. Rhonda Mitchell, nominated for outperformance and excellence. Rhonda always goes above and beyond. She was instrumental in securing donations for the district's Educator of the Year celebration and the retirement celebration. She is always willing to go the extra mile in everything that she does. She is without a doubt a NCPS hero.
At this time in the junction, we are gonna go into public input. Each month, as part of at least one regular scheduled board meeting, we set aside for public comments according to policy 2310. During this time, there will be no clapping, jeering, or any other remarks. Anyone violating this policy will be subject to for removal, and action may be taken in accordance to General Statute 143-318-.17. So today we have two people who signed up to comment for public speaking. First one will be Kathy Hall. Okay, Barry Arrington.
Is it okay if you come stand with me?
Just stay with you.
Oh, yes. Come on. Hi, my name is Mary Arrington, and you all know who I am. I'm here again, facing you all to fight or talk to you all in regards to bus drivers and monitors. First of all, well, good evening to each one of you all in your respective places. First of all, this is not an us against them, but how can we become a part of we, WE? There's a lack of information in the program that could benefit bus drivers, such as NCEA, SEANC, understanding bus drivers' pay rate. We need communication as well as district support for bus drivers. Why are we considered community instead of stakeholders, I'm sorry. We have an interest in the success of our students also. Bus drivers fear retention from voicing their concerns during board meetings, and that's not right. My understanding, there's a law against bullying. And if they're doing that, that's bullying, and there's a law. Bus drivers require special training for the old DOT, okay? Regarding that, the DOT, we have to have a physical by Dr. Lane, I think her name is. Anyway, we have to pay for that. If we're gonna be you all bus drivers and you all are supporting us, why is it that we have to pay for the DOT? It should be considered that the school, if we up under the umbrella, they should take on that responsibility. We already fighting and asking for more money. Don't you all think that would help us a lot? We supposed to be in this together. We're not doing this together. We come before you all constantly. I do, for the bus drivers. I haven't seen a difference in nothing I have said regarding the bus drivers that needed monitored. You all know what these bus drivers go through with the children. They already have a problem focusing if children behind them keeping all the noise and throwing things. Like I asked you before, if your bus drivers have an accident from this, are you all gonna stand behind them?
Time.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is donations.
So dear board members, please accept this request for the following donations. Tar River Academy received the following donation. An anonymous donor donated a refrigerator valued at $824 to be used in the teacher's lounge. Benvenue Elementary School received the following donation. Barn Hill Family Foundation gave a grant in the amount of $7,762 to be used for Benvenue's BARC Building Achievable Reading Knowledge Program. for approval.
Need a motion, please?
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor of this donation, would you please vote by a sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is personnel recommendation, Ms. Sheila Wallace.
Good evening again, Chairman Sharp, Vice Chair Dr. Washington, and present board members. The personnel report has been presented and reviewed. Well, on behalf of Superintendent Ellis, your approval of the personnel report, including the contract renewals for the 22-23 school year, is requested.
Mr. Chair, I make the motion to approve the personnel report as presented in closed session, including the renewal of the 1, 2, and 4-year teacher contracts.
Second.
Been probably moved and second. Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor, will show a sign of aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposition? Ayes have it. Thank you, Ms. Wallace.
Thank you.
The next item we have on the agenda is District 8 vacancy.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we appoint Mr. Zach Gray as representative to the District 8.
Any other motion? Any other nomination?
I'll go again with Ms. Hall.
Okay. So we have two people that's on the motion for that. I need a vote, Rod.
Yeah, you can just do all those in favor of one and all those in favor of the other. If you get a majority of the board, pick one or the other. Majority of the board present.
Okay, so I need a vote. Madam,
Well, the first one was for Mr.
okay, so, look, Madam Board Clerk, can you sort of take the word for me?
Mr. Gray on this call.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Right.
I'll pass with this one for right now.
Right.
Right.
So the vote goes to the chair. So because here's my recommendation, my thoughts on this, we have had this. We've had this and right, it's just, okay, that's sort of, and the reason being is I'd rather for the folks in the district make a decision who they want in that seat. So do I have to pull a vote or can I sustain?
Your policy says you got to vote.
That's right.
I mean, you don't. I think it's possible.
Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna vote for Mr. What's his name? Mr. Gray. Yes, sir.
My knowledge, I don't think Mr. Gray has filed a run for that seat. If he has not filed by the deadline, August 5th, we're gonna be out for.
He has filed.
it.
He has filed. He
So
filed
you're
on
only
Thursday.
filling your vacancy until the
Election.
next election, right? So regardless
What he filed or not.
Yeah, he's only, correct.
But he has filed.
So just to read through the policy, so there won't be any confusion. The policy said a board member must vote on all issues unless the member has a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest or
Impartial.
impartial. All right,
Anyway, all right.
so next item on agenda. Administrative Services and Operations Committee. We have a long list of items that we've gone through. So I'm going to ask Ms. Miller, just hit on highlights. We should have enough time to read through all these, so we don't have time going through it all. I want to take a motion just to vote on those things, but I'm going to ask you to hit on the highlights, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. I just wanted to just address the attachment that you have. These were the bids that we put all of this out for bid. It was not a rollover due to the fact that we've been in a pandemic. Each of these were put out for bid. These are the receiving vendors that did get the bid for each of these items. So I've put them there for your knowledge and for the length of the contract available. I did want to draw attention to the very last one. It says no bid for vendor snacks. I mentioned that a bit earlier. We are looking at alternative ways to still provide vending for our students during school through our school nutrition staff. And we are working with the past vendor to possibly purchase those vending machines and provide those items individually for the school nutrition, from our school nutrition staff, which would be beneficial to us and to the students. Each of the others were put out for bid and they were the receiving vendors. And this is an action item because this will be for effect this school year.
So what we will do with these items, we will save the votes for at the end
Yes,
because
sir.
Mr. Hill will be next and the information ones for Ms. Wallace. I don't necessarily know, Ms. Wallace, not if you have items you want to talk to on that item. We've already read through those, so we just need to talk on those action items. Thank you. Ms. Hill?
Good afternoon. Administration would like to present to you the continuing resolution for the 22-23 fiscal year in lieu of a completed initial budget, which will be brought to you by the September meeting. We're bringing this to you as an action item. This will give us a spending authority until we bring to you the initial budget.
Ms. Wallace?
Chairman Sharp, if I understood you correctly, you only want me to speak on the action items,
That's
right? Okay. So the first action item that we have is the RTI contract for Willowfield Elementary. IPG is a federal grant and it is required that they contract with an outside approved vendor. The contract vendor that has been selected is RTI. It is for a total of 3 years. And the amount of the yearly contract is $80,000. Do I do them all or do you
Just
want to
do them
approve? Okay. And the next one is DS Johnson, the same agreement because they have a federal IPG grant. And the grant is, this is the last year for this partnership at DS Johnson. It is with RTI and that contract is for $100,000. Also, Rocky Mount Middle is the recipient of the federal IPG grant. They have 2 years remaining on this agreement with the Solution Tree, and the amount of that agreement is $134,250. We also have Communities and Schools. And this year we are continuing the partnership at 4 of our schools, Rocky Mount High, Edwards Middle, Parker Middle, and Northern Nash High School. The amount of that contract is $188,233.75. We are also continuing the contract with Kelly Services for our substitute provider, and the amount of that contract is approximately $1.2 million. I submit all of these contracts on behalf of Dr. Ellis for your approval.
Thank you. So we have 7 items that need approval. Action items need approval from the Administrative Service Committee. Can I get a motion, please?
Second.
The properly moved in the second. Any questions or discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye, please. Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate that. Next item on the agenda is basically the student services, and the first, we have action items. One, okay.
Okay, so because we've heard about most of these in the previous presentation and the contracts are being embedded in assembly for the board members review prior to the meeting, I would like to make the motion that we collectively approve the contract for Chitter Chatter, the maximum contract addendum, the nursing contract, NCHD, the MOA for Integrated Family Health Services. And I'll stop because I want to make the motion to collectively approve those items.
We got a motion on the floor. Get a second.
Second.
Question or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next.
And then we have the NORCAM procedures nurse. For information only.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone is well. Just real briefly, to make you aware that we are initiating a protocol for keeping Narcan, which is a opioid antagonist, in our schools. Currently, all of our SROs carry Narcan, but that means all of our elementary schools are without that resource. And unfortunately, our community, our society, we still see a lot of deaths due to opioid overdose. And Narcan is a medication that can be given intranasally, and it reverses the effects of the narcotics so that you can save a life. It's had a great impact in Nash County. They had, in the 2018-19 year, almost a 40% decrease in deaths due to overdose because of the big push we've had for this. So we would like to have Narcan in our schools. Our school nurses will be trained to use it, and a couple of our first responders.
Thank you so much. That item was for information only. Next item for information is transportation. Mr. Hoffman.
Good afternoon once again. The information that I want to share basically is for school updates on transportation, is regarding our opt-in process, and some other logistics that involves around transportation. So again, this is nothing new to you all. We've discussed this once before, but just want to kind of recap about the staggered start times for the upcoming school year. Our high school will start their instructional day at 7:30. Our elementary will start their instructional day at 8 a.m. and our middle school will start their instructional day at 8:30 a.m. Students will be allowed to arrive on campuses at high school previous year to be 6:50 a.m. Elementary, it will be 7:20 a.m. So it's a few minutes earlier than previously. Middle school, it'll be 7:50 a.m. at the earliest that the students can arrive on campus. One reason that we wanted to provide a little flexibility with our elementary school and our elementary parents, because we took in consideration that those parents do have to be to work at 8 o'clock. So we are very appreciative of our C&I team working with us in agreement to that. As far as the opt-in process, a formal request completed online based off the transportation link that's provided on our website This will assist the accuracy of who is actually riding our buses daily. Like I said and stated before previously, there had been some type of inconsistent numbers of how many students were actually riding our bus. The bus planner system was stating that 9,400 students were riding the bus, but in reality, when we did our head count with DPI back in September, we proved that that number was not accurate. It was closer to 5,800 students. This option to request transportation will be done online from our website by parents requesting transportation online. This creates an accurate and up-to-date student head count for ridership. After the online request is made, the names are filtered into our database and routing purposes. Again, this provides accuracy regarding ridership. And on this link right here, Mr. McQueen, I'm gonna ask if he can drive this for us. I just wanted to show you all what it looked like from the website to request transportation. It's very simple for our parents, and we have already started going out into the community and assisting different parent groups, especially in our rural areas where the internet has, had some faulty issues. So if you
Click on that link. Just got me.
right here. Okay, yes. Sir. If you go back to that link right here. Right here.
Oh, there. It starts here at this. It's taking it right back. It takes me there.
Is it taking you right back? Okay. If you could scroll down. If you go all the way down, right there, bus sign up.
Right here.
Yes, sir. That's it. So that's a form that has been converted in English and Spanish for our parents and for our families. Just asking for basic demographic information, student's name. If you could scroll down, Mr. McQueen. Student's last name, first name, middle name, power school number, the grade level, and the parents' contact information in the event that we were having some issues with the power school number or needing some basic information. And then that right there are the days that are requested, that the students are requesting bus transportation. Okay, if you go back. Okay, so this is the support that we're offering our families to opt in for transportation. In effort to support our families of our district, our department will offer support for parents and guardians at the following locations, including open houses. So what you see right here is just not for our open houses. This is a side in addition to what we're going to do when the open house begins. So we've already attended early college. They had something called a bridge program, summer bridge program. So we was there last Thursday and last Friday, meeting with those incoming freshmen. This week, we will also attend Rocky Mountain Middle. I've been in contact with some of these principals to hit some of these hard areas. These principals have done Connect Ed calls this past Sunday night, and they've invited these parents to come in and meet with our transportation team only. And it's a good way for us and for them to hone in with us and for us to, just basically zero in on what the transportation need is. They will have an opportunity later on in August to come back for their open house needs. Weeks Armstrong Community Center from 1 to 5 this week. This Thursday, they're having a back to school rally. This is one of the areas we definitely wanted to hit. We're able to focus on Parker Middle School, Baskerville, Fairview, and Johnson. It's a one-stop shop when we set up there on Thursday. We will attend MB Hubbard next week from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to assist parents needing transportation. Cedar Grove, they confirmed this morning, so we will be there as well. Bailey Elementary next week as well from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I included the job fair at Braswell Library. Now we're going there to recruit drivers, but I'm sure we're going to see parents. So if they need help, we're not going to refuse giving them help as well. And we're looking to partner with Word Tabernacle and the Spalding Center very shortly to also offer assistance. Again, Transportation Department will assist schools in having space available to help parents and students with the opt-in for transportation for the upcoming school year, in addition to the school's open houses. Transportation Department will work with school level transportation coordinators to ensure that there is process available to help parents and students opt in for transportation once the school year begins. And just kind of recapping another slide that we had discussed about the employment opportunities, a bus training class will take place this August, August the 15th, which is 2 weeks from now, and the 16th. We've had 6 potential applicants successfully complete the screening portion of the hiring process, and they will go into this class. Routing preparation for the upcoming school year has taken place and is continuing right now currently. We're trying to eliminate all old routes, establish new stops for those 5,900 students who have already enrolled for transportation. And currently our current vacancies, we're still in need of about 7 drivers now, 7 to 8 drivers in a mechanic 2 and a mechanic 3 position. I am proud to say that we interviewed a mechanic with the city of Rocky Mount, and he is verbally committed to joining our team. Current pay status. This was spoke on this morning by Mr. Hale for all classified employees, not just bus drivers, all classified employees. All drivers and monitors will make a minimum of $15 per hour or the greater amount approved by legislation of the 4% increase. For those who participated by providing transportation for summer school, that increase was reflective in this month's check. We are still facing many challenges of shortages related to drivers. We currently have 4,600 students who have already completed the opt-in process. Again, checking that number this morning, it was 5,913. That was as of 10:30 this morning. We expect another 2,000 to 3,000 to complete the opt-in process. Working closely with Ms. Fiscus, I can confidently say that I really feel like we are going to exceed our mark. We're going to exceed our initial mark. Last year, like I said, DPI was reporting 5,800. We already have had 5,900 to request transportation, and we still have close to a month to go before school kicks off. We just ask that everyone continue to please be patient with the transportation department, as it will take us the first 10 to 20 days to ensure that all transportation routes are clean, ironing out the wrinkles, making sure that, you know, the elementary parents understand they have to be at the bus stop to receive their child off the bus. Are there any questions?
No, I would just like to commend you, Mr. Hopkins, for accommodating the extra support in opting in for the transportation. It is new to everyone. So definitely adding those sessions in addition to the open houses is a great benefit, and I appreciate you doing that. I understand you're doing the best you can with what you have to work with.
Yes.
And I expect that you'll continue to do that and minimize students being late to class, because we all know that when students are late, it impacts learning.
All right, quick question. So you were saying we had was 10,500 opt-in, but we were only providing for about.
So this is the first time that we've done the opt-in. We're hitting the reset button to get it clean.
Yeah.
So what was happening every year, you had students that was requesting transportation, but it was never being updated. And we had a number of students this past year that had requested transportation, like from early grade school, that had made it to high school and never rode a bus, but their name was constantly on that list.
We providing routes for that child.
They were built into the routes.
So we're wasting a lot of time and effort, and resources. 40%. So I mean, all where we should.
Yes.
Or you make 10.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Next item, it is an item for approval, and Mr. McQueen has already reviewed it. So at this time, I'd like to make the motion to approve the interactive boards installation services.
The motion been made for approval. Can I get a second?
Second.
Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Academic services accountability. Ms. Boe.
All right, so at this time, I'll call up Ms. Smith. There are a few items that we actually need to go over.
Good afternoon again. All of our items are for approval. Miss, how would you all like for me to proceed?
I think we reviewed it. We should have had a chance to review it. So if you guys got questions or discussions, any highlight points that you want to talk to, do you think you be emphasized please feel free to do so. But I think it stands on the board, we should have already reviewed this.
I've included all the information in summary.
Okay. I need to open the board for questions.
I just got one for curiosity, on the field trip, it says they're taking a yellow bus. That
Yes.
not be an activity bus?
I'm gonna let Mr.
Just curious.
Hopkins answer that question. We make the request and then Mr. Hopkins determines whether it's a yellow bus or an activity bus but for 5 kids, it may be a short bus. I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Is that for?
Yes, that's for the migrant. It is an activity bus. Okay. Mr. Hopkins affirmed that that should be an activity bus. So thank you for asking for clarification.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion that we accept, we actually vote on all 5 of the action items at once, is that fine?
That's fine. It's been, a motion has been made to adopt all 5 of these items. Second,
Second.
question or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Thank you very much. Ms. Bullock.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We have 14 policies on the agenda that have laid on the table for 30 days. They are policy numbers 1200, 1300, 1400, 1500, 1600, 1700, 1800, 2121, 2210, 2400, 2410, 2420, 2430, and 2600. And I move that we approve these 14 policies, final approval.
Can I get a second?
Second.
It's been probably moved in second. Question or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Ms. Bull, and your committee. Superintendent's report.
So we are looking forward to 2022-23. I do want to encourage parents to go on the website where there is a landing page. And I'm clicking on it right now that says back to school. Once you click it, it's going to give you information about bell schedules, first day of school, school nutrition, everything that we have just discussed, school safety, technology, transportation, uniforms, and it gives all the information on open houses for parents to attend. So I encourage parents to get on that website to look at that information, and we look forward to a great year.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Ellis. For the chair's report, there's not much to report out, but I just want to say thank you for your team for doing a phenomenal job with the retreat this morning. I thought it was very effective. The team did an outstanding job with that, and I just say thank you. I also thank those folks that came out for summer graduation. It was great to see those kids graduate this summer, so it was awesome. Appreciate all the support and everything else goes along with that. With that said, that ends our report schedule, upcoming meetings and event. Policy committee meeting on Tuesday, August 9th, 4 o'clock. Administrative services, student services, academic services, August 30th. And then we have a work session on Thursday, not Monday this time, but Thursday, September 8th at 5 o'clock, followed by the board meeting at 6:30 on Thursday, September 8th. If there's nothing else that acquires this board's attention, I need a motion to dismiss.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Bullock, Evelyn Bullock, second by Ms. Donovan Chavis. Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.